You may have seen the house before, but you have not seen this epic property. I mean, we have a private jet. How freaking awesome is that? Woo! Hey, what's up my fellow teammates? Welcome back to another Redstone map showcase. Today we're taking a look at part 2 of our mind-blowing Redstone Mega House. Take a look at this, guys. This is a gigantic property jam-packed with redstone, and in the first episode we took a look at this house right over here that had like 5 different levels and just a ton of redstone, more than you could possibly imagine. And yeah, so you want to definitely go check it out. It should be linked on the screen right now in an annotation, a pop-up, or if you guys missed that, go down to the description box down below and take a look at the link. Also, if you guys did not see part 1 of the video, I did mention that the map download will only be available after 10,000 likes on part 1, and there's a really complicated reason why we did that, and I will tell you in the description box down below, so please go ahead and read that before you leave any comments down below. Anyways, let's go ahead and take a look at some awesome redstone that's going to be right outside of our house. Yet again, part 1 was the house, so now we're gonna take a look at the entire property. And basically we have a beacon over here that allows us to use redstone to change it up into 5 different types of beacons. And the first one is going to be like a beacon that gives you speed, so we go ahead and activate that, and the beacon then turns on, and we will eventually get speed 2 right over here. And I have shaders on, so it's kind of weird when you're looking at the beacon. So there it is, and then you can come back down here and click on this button to give us haste. It should go ahead and change the color of the beacon to yellow. And now when we check our little menu over here, you can see that we have haste 2 and the speed goes away. Then we could do this for strength, as well as this defense thing over here, and also for high jump or whatever. So this one is going to be resistance, and it changes yet again the beacon to a different color. The next one, yet again, is going to be our jump boost. It's going to switch it to green. We're going to get jump boost, and the final one is going to be strength. And there we go. So now it's red to signify like blood or whatever, and I think that's pretty cool. If you guys want to turn it off altogether, you can just go ahead and flick this lever right over here, and it should, you know, reset the entire system and turn it off if you don't want to have that constantly on. Alright, so on this side, we have some really cool redstone. We have like a gigantic farm, and this farm is insanely cool, guys. It's perfect. It's everything you're going to need in one map. I'm not sure who created this design originally, but one thing I do want to say to you guys that are commenting down below that we stole some of these redstone creations, I do have to say there's over 90 things in this map, and if I stopped every 2 seconds to credit everyone, this video would go on for hours. So please appreciate the map creator's work and time and effort that he put into the map, because I mean, he did do a lot of that. So anyways, on this side, we do have a bunch of double chests that are basically going to contain all of the items that we get from our farm, and it's going to be cooked, by the way, automatically. And here is all of our animals. We have the bunnies, we have our sheep that drops the muttons, we have our pigs as well as our cows, and basically they're going to mate in this small hole right over here. They're going to drop down the babies, and then when the babies grow up into this area down here, we could go ahead and hit this button to bring up the lava, set them on fire, and then they'll eventually drop their juicy, delicious items that will be collected into our chest. So there we go, guys. That's basically how that works. We can go ahead and then go up to the second floor, and on the second floor we have a nice view outside of the property, as well as we do have these trapdoors right over here, which we could open and then click on this button to kind of dispense some water, and then that water is going to allow the cows as well as all the other animals to jump to the top. And what you could do with that is basically get the items that you need to basically like mate them together for them to grow babies and whatnot. So that's basically how that works. Over here we have some advanced redstone, which is going to allow us to turn these lights on and off. Pretty neat. And then we have another secret area for our entire base. So this is going to be really cool, guys. Check this out. We're going to hit this button right over here, and it's going to open up a huge little staircase that's going to take us to a really, you know, larger area of our little farm over here. So this is going to be a colored sheep farm, and as you can see, we have like all the different colored sheeps down here. And what we could do is basically come on over to this chest, grab ourselves some shears, and then click on this button on the wall, and then that should go ahead and place down water under all of our sheep, and then they'll rise to the top. We can go ahead and then mate them and shear them, and when you shear them, their wool will fall down into the hole and then be automatically dispensed into these chests back here. So as you can see, yet again, all of the colors, and we can just go into one of these chests and we'll find the wool that we're looking for. So I think over here we have the green one because I was testing it out. And yeah, so that's basically how it works, guys. It's a complete farm with all of our resources at the top and all of our wool at the bottom as well. So as you can see, this is really cool and I quite like it. And we come back up here and I believe click on this button again to close the staircase. Alright, so moving on from our farm over here, we have a pretty interesting system. This is going to be an auto tree harvester. So let me go ahead and show you guys what this actually does, because I just saw this for the first time in this map and I thought it was really cool. So basically we grab ourselves some oak saplings, we go ahead and flick this lever right over here, it's going to automatically dispense our bone meal, and then we place down our sapling right over there, it grows, and then our pistons automatically pushes it and adds it to our collection of wood on the other side. So basically this gets larger and larger, the amount of trees that you plant down in that area. And to show you guys how this works, I'm just going to basically grab ourselves some wool and place a line of it right over here, and then I'll spawn down a bunch of trees, and we can see how this line of wool will eventually shift into a different area. So let's go ahead and activate this again, come over here and then place down another tree, and then that's going to grow, it's going to get automatically pushed out. Yet again, we're going to do this again, and again. And what's cool about this, guys, is that if you did not notice, basically when the tree breaks and the leaves break, it's going to drop down more saplings, which is going to fall down into these hoppers when they get pushed out, and then it's going to go back into these chests right over here. So you're basically getting endless amounts of saplings, so you don't even have to worry about, you know, getting more of those in the future. So you can just do this endlessly pretty much. Alright, so let's go ahead and continue to place down our trees. As you can see, it's going by really fast here, and then we can go ahead and go back to the other side and take a look at this. And as you can see, a lot of the cyan kind of moved out of the way and kind of got stuck behind these blocks right over here. So as you can see, it definitely works really well, and it goes all the way out to this area back over here, which is a ton of wood and a ton of trees, so you don't have to ever worry about it being overpacked. Now on this side, we have a firework launcher. We could go ahead and grab this firework rocket right over here. It's a large blue ball with flight duration 1. And then we could go ahead and place that down into this chest, and it will be taken into our hopper system, and then it will go down into our storage for our firework launcher. Now what we need to do is basically come down here, flick this lever, and we'll shoot off a bunch of fireworks in a rapid signal. I'm using shaders, so it looks kind of weird. So if you fly up here, you can see that it's all blue and yellow, and it looks really cool, and I quite like it, guys. So you can add in any type of firework that you want in here, because it's just dispensing the storage system below. So coming back on this side of the map, we have ourselves a tennis court. No redstone on this, but it looks really cool and really clean. And we also have some monuments over here and statues, and I quite like it. This one is going to be the statue for the map creator. This one is going to be my statue. I have like a different hairstyle or different color hair, and then we have a lovely kind of wolf in the middle, which I think looks really cool. As you can see, you could kind of tell it's a wolf from this direction. And we also have beacons for eyes. No redstone, but it's still pretty cool nonetheless. Okay, so on this side, we do have some redstone that's going to allow us to kind of make a path all the way down to our lighthouse. And we basically right-click on this lever, and it makes the path right on top of the water. So how cool is that, guys? We could basically go over the path and then go to our lighthouse with no problem. And this lighthouse does not actually have anything in it, which is kind of disappointing, but you guys could add in whatever you like. There's like multiple rooms and floors, but the main thing about this is that you can actually change the time, and then at night this actually turns on. So this is like a working lighthouse, and it looks really cool, and also it's timed very well. It does take quite some time to turn on, but I'll be right back when it's actually working to show you guys it's in action. So there it is, guys, our working lighthouse. As you can see, it looks really cool and it's working very well. So let's go ahead and take a look at the rest of the property. Yet again, that was like the only bit of redstone in the map itself, and then there's some random empty rooms in the building. So yeah, let's go back over here, and down next to our tennis court, we have ourselves a campfire, which is actually using redstone. We have some water and some random decorations over here, as well as a tent. And inside the tent, we could go ahead and flick that lever and replace the ground with a regular sandstone block. Flick the lever again, and then have an area with basically netherrack being lit up to make a campfire. So that's really cool. Anyways, moving on, let's go ahead and take a look at this gigantic building over here. You guys are probably wondering what this is, so let's open up the doors. So this door is going to be basically a 3x3 piston door. It comes up with pistons and basically takes out each individual layer. I try to get through it over there because I don't want to wait for it. It takes quite some time. But anyways, inside this epic greenhouse, we have ourselves some farms. We have the sugarcane farm over here, automatic, which is really cool, an automatic cactus farm, as well as an automatic melon farm. And all of this stuff kind of happens without you knowing, and they are basically collecting items while you're sleeping, while you're going out adventuring, mining, or just doing anything. They're all automatic. We have miniature farms right over here. As you can see, we have like some villagers on top of these grass blocks, and they're basically gonna go ahead and till the grass and maintain it, and they're kind of trapped in there as prisoners, but it's still pretty cool nonetheless. On this side, we have a nether wart farm. We could go ahead and grab ourselves some nether wart from our menu, and I'll go ahead and show you guys how this works. Basically, you go ahead and walk into this area, step over that pressure plate, which basically breaks all of the nether wart, and then you can go ahead and plant down some new one. There we go. And you will just fill out the area, and when the nether wart grows, you can just come back over here and harvest it. So when you walk out of this room, you will now activate the pressure plate yet again. It will not do anything, but then when you try to walk back in, as you can see, it will yet again pop up all of the nether wart, allowing you to replant it. So that's basically how this farm works. It's not automatic, but it's still pretty cool nonetheless because it uses redstone. On this end, we do have another like villager trapped in here, and it's going to be another type of farm. I'm not sure what these farms are, but I'm pretty sure it's like potato and carrots and whatnot, but pretty cool nonetheless. And then back here we have ourselves a cocoa bean farm as well as a mushroom farm, and what we do is basically grab ourselves a mushroom and then place it down into this hole right over here. And then when we place it down into the hole, it's going to go ahead and automatically grow, and then we can go ahead and harvest that and then place down more of our mushrooms into our chest. So really cool, guys. And then on this side, we have ourselves some cocoa beans, which we could then use to go ahead and plant on a tree. After we plant it on a tree and it grows, we hit this button and it shakes off all of the cocoa, and there we go. Pretty cool. And then we can go ahead and refill the tree and then come back over here when it grows again and reactivate the button to get more cocoa beans. Alright, so that's basically that, guys. Let's go ahead and take a look at the storage system, which is on the end of this building itself. So this is our storage system where it kind of contains all of the different items that we need for this entire farm. For some reason, all of the item frames are gone, but they're essentially all of the different types of stuff growing in the farm, like carrots and pumpkins and you know, stuff like that. But yeah, for some reason, I don't know why those item frames went away. But basically, what you would do is essentially put down any sort of food item into this chest right over here. So say, for instance, we want to go ahead and grab ourselves some carrots. Place it down into this chest. It would automatically be like dispensed into the chest. It would go down here into this area and then get shot down into our hopper. So you can see it like happening, which is really cool. And then it will go down into our auto storage system. Now, if you want to go ahead and retrieve some of these items, you can go ahead and click on this button right over here, and it should call a minecart to pick up your items on this side. Now, yet again, all of the item frames are gone, so I can't really tell what I'm picking up right now, but it looks like we picked up a bunch of potatoes, which is yet again automatically stored into this entire system from the farms over there. So it's really cool, and then we can go ahead and send this minecart back down using this button right over here, and it's like essentially really cool because if you press one of these at the proper moment in time without spamming it, you could get pretty much any item from the farm automatically, and you don't even need to worry about growing food anymore. Alright, guys, so I had to take a small break, and what I mean by that is I basically went to sleep and I woke up another day, and we're gonna go ahead and continue showcasing this map. Basically, if you come back over here and flick this lever, it's gonna go ahead and close the door much faster than it took to open it, and then we can walk down to this area and take a look at a next farm. And basically, guys, we just flick this lever right over here. It spawns down a bunch of bone meal and kind of creates endless amounts of flowers, which then get collected into this chest right over here. I'm not sure how it's being collected because it's obviously not dropping onto hoppers, so this is kind of confusing for me, but it does work and it's quite nice. On this side, we have a really cool system. Basically, what we do is flick this lever right over here, and our dispensers is going to bone meal the ground, spawn down grass, flowers, and then water spawns down right after it, and then it all gets collected into our hopper in this endless system. And down here, we have a chest that's connected to a hopper system that should go ahead and collect all of the items. For some reason, it's not doing that, but that's just a small bug in a really large map. We could go go ahead and flick that lever to turn it back off, and then take a look at the stables, which is located right over here. And this is basically going to be a redstone gate, and as you can see, it will basically be taken down below the floor, and then it disappears and opens up our lovely stables. So here's our stables. Basically, to call a horse, we just right click on this button, it lights up, and then a horse comes down from the ground. How cool is that, guys? We can then go ahead and hit that button again, and then the horse goes back down into his domain. I hope there's like a nice green pasture down there because he might be suffocating. Anyways, let's go ahead and take a look at the iron, gold, diamond, the donkey, as well as the zombie and the skeleton. So these are all of the different type of horses that you could ride in Minecraft. And as you can see, you could choose pretty much anyone that you want, and I quite like the system. So let's go ahead and choose maybe the zombie horse. I don't know, tell me which one you guys would choose in the comment section down below. That might be pretty interesting to see. Most people would choose the diamond one, but I'm gonna go for something not basic, and I'm gonna choose the zombie. Okay, so let's go ahead and do this, guys. We just need to go ahead and get onto the horse, open up those gates, then step right out. And as you can see, the gates close behind us, and then we can go ahead and ride this around the property. Now, since I'm showcasing the map, I'm not going to go ahead and do that. I'm just going to reclose the gate right over here to trap him in, and he actually got out. Okay, so he's kind of clever, but let's try to push him back in. There we go. And, oh, almost there. Okay, so he's now back trapped in that area, and he can just enjoy himself while we take a look at the rest of the map. On this side, we have ourselves a nice little runway that's going to be an area for our plane. And to open up the garage door for the plane and also turn on the lights, we want to go ahead and point all of the torches to the middle redstone lamp. And to do this, we basically just right click on item frames. As you can see, it will now turn on. Send down our little sand wall over here, as well as turn on all the lights. There's a bit of a glitch with this because it goes all the way down, but it's still pretty cool nonetheless. And then we have ourselves our very own fighter jet, a private fighter jet in this lovely estate, and then some random decorations and whatnot. There's no redstone on this, but it definitely looks pretty cool indeed. And yeah, so it looks quite nice. Now, it's raining. Let's go ahead and turn that off. And one thing, what is cool about this map is that it's really nicely decorated, as you can see. And not only do we have a fighter jet, but we do have ourselves a helipad with a lovely helicopter on top of it. It is like a transport helicopter, and the design is really, you know, nice, like I said. And basically, you could go into the cockpit right over here, or you could go back to our seating area or the storage, which is located at the back of our helicopter, of course. And so anyways, guys, that basically wraps up today's Minecraft Redstone map showcase. If you enjoyed it, please take 1 second to smack the like button. Yet again, the map will be available for download after 10,000 likes on the first video. An explanation for why we did that is in the comment section down below, but originally we weren't even going to give you guys a download, but I decided to do it after 10,000 likes, which is pretty generous to say the least. But yeah, hopefully you guys aren't too frustrated with that, and you enjoyed the map itself. Anyways, guys, if you want to see more awesome content on my channel, like redstone tutorials and more redstone houses, you could definitely subscribe to see when I put those videos out. Anyways, this was Twiistz, and I'll see you later.